Hey guys, Resurfing here. So first off, because I keep forgetting to put it in the description, the background music is by Electress, is called Be Free. I will try to remember to put it in the description this time. But anyways, so today I have some more of the Pokemon Imaginext sets, and I was trying to figure out what these reminded me of, and I finally figured it out. They remind me of the old Dino Blocks block sets. They were pretty cool. They were early 90s. They only lasted like a year or so. But you got like a buildable dinosaur and a little basin and then a color-changing alligator or crocodile. I'm still not sure which it was. But anyways, these are the evolution sets for Pokemon. So as you can see, there's Ivysaur, Charmeleon, and Wartortle. And I'm going to take a look at each of them individually. So the first one I built was Wartortle because Squirtle was my first starter. It's really well done. It's amazing how much that you can do with these pieces. I really like how they've got the undershell, so it's curved and it's got the ribbing. It looks really cool. So we just have simple ear pieces for the feathers, but it works. And then we have the big bubbly bushy tail, which was, while I was putting this together, I was thinking, how is this going to end up looking like a tail? But you know what? No, it looks like Wartortle's tail. It works. So this was probably the favorite one to build, just because it was so many pieces where I was thinking, how is this going to work? Because even looking at the box, I'm thinking, no, that's not going to work. How are they really going to? No, it actually works really well. The tail, you can move, you can rotate it. It's on a, whoops. You have to be careful about accidentally pulling the piece off, but that's mostly on me. It's on a hinge. It's actually on two hinges, so you can move it a good amount. And then you can, of course, rotate it. Got the stubby little arms, tiny little legs. By the way, these all three of these use the same exact feet pieces. Just in different colors, obviously. There's Wartortle. Next one I got was Charmeleon. And it's hard to tell with my webcam here, but the flame is translucent. You can move the tail around. It's completely connected by ball joints. You can pretty much move it however you want. This was probably the easiest one to put together. As it's mostly building onto the stomach piece there. Again, it's a decent representation of Charmeleon. I don't think this one works quite as well as Wartortle does, but it does work. And you get a bit more arm movement, as Charmeleon actually has elbows. Still has the C-clip there. So if you have any kind of C-clip weapons or some of the Transformers stuff that uses C-clips, you can put into his claws there. Again, same feet. One thing I like about these two is that so far there's been no decals. Anything like the faces has been tampographed. So it's a bit pricier than it would be if it was decals, but it's actually going to stay on. And finally, and this one is probably the one that's best representation of the character, as well as the one with the most playability, is we've got Ivysaur. And the bulb is the same mold as Charmeleon's tail. I took a look at that. This is neat because it has like little springy vines that are fun just to mess with. Obviously you don't want to mess with it too much because it could break, but it feels pretty flexible. Of course, you've got Ivysaur's head there. You can't really move Ivysaur's head too much due to the nature of how it's attached. Unlike the others, it's not on a ball joint. You've got the legs. Trying to see if I can show. Yeah, there you go. You can see that it's got that. They've got the spots on the legs. Again, the same feet type. Just a lighter shade of blue than what's on Wartortle, basically. See, we've got the leaves coming out of the flower bulb. Again, I really like these. They're fun to put together, and I just enjoy them. But what I really like about these ones is each evolution set comes with an environment piece, like with Gyarados. So, Wartortles, and I should mention all of them come with a little Pokeball. You get the Great Ball with the Charizard set, which I do not have yet. I'm assuming Master Ball is going to come with an eventual Mewtwo set. I was actually thinking the best way to do Mew and Mewtwo is probably do a Mewtwo set with a laboratory environment. You could probably even get away with throwing in some of the smaller Pokemon like Ditto and Koffing and whatnot. And then put Mew into one of the Pokeball sets, but instead of doing Pokeball, do it in a clear ball, so you get Mew's Bubble. Anyways, so this is the Wartortle set. You can see it's got a little sandbar. Got the water, got the splash effects like on Gyarados. Got some rocks. But on its own, it's not much. But as soon as you add in a Pokemon, it adds to the environment. I love it. I'm going to take the Pokeballs off the other ones just because I don't want them falling. Hey guys, Researching here. So today I am going to be looking at some more of the Pokemon Mega Block sets, and I was wondering before what they reminded me of, and I finally figured it out. They remind me of the old Dino Blocks Mega Block sets from when I was a kid. Like the Pokemon ones, they were just kind of built around a central figure, and then you had an environment that went with them. Today I'm specifically looking at the evolution sets. So we have Ivysaur, which is probably the most fun to play with, and also probably the one that most looks like what it's supposed to. And the reason I say it's most fun to play with is because of this little springy vine here. I really like it. You can see it's got the spots on the legs. It's definitely got Ivysaur's face. You get the flower bulb. You have the leaves, which you can move if you feel like it. And his feet are on hinges, so if you want to mess around with them, you can. We have Wartortle, which is probably the one I had the most fun building, just because it was surprising me how well it actually turned out like Wartortle. I still think Ivysaur probably is the best of the ones that looks like what it's supposed to, but Wartortle is really well done for the pieces that it needs to use. Like, look at that tail. And the tail is actually on two separate hinges, so you can actually move it around quite a bit. You can rotate it. And I need to stop doing that. This is entirely on me. It's actually pretty secure on its own, but I keep accidentally pulling it off because I'm not putting my fingers in the right place. You can turn the tail. You've got the nice little shell back there. And yeah, so there's Wartortle. Really, the only thing on Wartortle that doesn't quite make it fit is that the is the little single feathers here. They should be a bit fluffier, but obviously they worked with what they had. And then we have Charmeleon. I think is maybe a bit chunky for Charmeleon, but it reads as Charmeleon, which is what's important. We've got a nice transparent flame here, which is actually the same mold as is used on Ivysaur's bulb. I took a look at that. You can move the tail around. It's entirely on ball joints. And you get a bit more movement in the arms than you do on Wartortle because there's elbows. I called Wartortle Squirtle earlier, didn't I? Oops. And Wartortle and Charmeleon can both move their heads. Ivysaur cannot due to the different way it's built. Now, what I like about these, and this is what reminds me of the Dinoblock stuff, is they each come with a little environment based around them. I like how Gyarados has the big wavy environment. So, this is Wartortle's. All of these environments come with a little Pokeball. A pedestal to put the Pokeball on. And I'm going to take it off for now, just so I can show more of this. See, it's got the nice transparent blue plastic. We've got a little sandbar. And we have the wave effects like we have with Gyarados. Did I call Gyarados Charizard earlier? I am out of it today, wow. Okay. So, again, real nice water piece. Matches well with Wartortle. The Great Ball, by the way, comes with Charizard, so I don't have that yet, but I'll get it eventually. We have a jungle environment for Ivysaur, and I'm pretty sure this actually uses some of the same pieces that I had in the Dinoblocks sets for the trees. So there's the pedestal for the Pokeball there. Again, we have a sandbar here, and these are definitely designed to connect them at the sandbar. You get a nice little tropical island with a volcano if you do that. And again, add life to it, just put Ivysaur there. And then finally, and this is probably my favorite of the environments, we have a nice volcano set. We've got the magma, or rather lava, because it's above ground here. We've got the sandbar over here. We've got flames sprouting out. It kind of looks like, yeah, it kind of resembles the end of, was it the third level in Pokemon Snap? God, I wish I'd make a sequel to that game. So, transparent orange plastic and yellow plastic for the lava. And one thing I will mention on this one, do not follow the orders of the instructions for the little bursts of flames. Put the pegs down first, then put the flames in. Because the little pegs that the flames have are slightly longer than the hole for the little red parts. So I'd put the red parts down first, and then put the flames in, because I had a horrible time trying to get them attached. And again, the pedestal for the Pokeball is right there. Flames can, of course, be moved around a bit. You can move the leaves on the trees in the jungle set as well. And then, of course, you can just combine them all together. So there's an example of those two together. I'd like to show all three, but I have no real way of doing that at the moment. But if you have them all together, like I said, it makes a nice little tropical environment. You've got the volcano, you've got the tropical trees, you got the water. Well, I have them just displayed. Actually, I have the water attached to Gyarados, and then a little tiny island made from the 3 sandbars. I'll probably just expand outward as I get other sets. The next ones on my list are to finish up the Pokeball sets, which I do have 2 more at the moment, but I wanted to show off the evolution sets right now. Then I'd go for the battle sets, and then finally the Charizard one. But I'm really liking these. The environments really do add a good amount to it. They just make a nice diorama-esque scene. I like that.